everybody, welcome to Life of Sunny Lee with Kathy Jarvis. And it's been another busy week. It's always a busy week around here. Last Sunday we went to church. Then afterwards we went over to Tractor Supply and we picked up 2 flea collars for the cats. I decided that the flea collars were probably the best way to go. We decided on Seresto ones. I did a lot of research, talked to some friends, and they were pleased with how they were working with their animals. And these collars, they're not exactly breakaway, but they are basically the buckle just slides on. So if you put any resistance on it at all, they're going to slide off. So it's I feel fairly safe about having them. I put them on 2 of the cats at the beginning to see how they would work. The 2 cats that had the worst fleas, that would be Dexter and Fluffy. Fluffy and Prince and Trouble are all out in the catico at night. They're not in the garage at all. But Fluffy had really bad fleas. So we put the first one on Fluffy. And hopefully, I was hoping that the fact that Prince and Trouble slept in the same box, that it would transfer, and it seems to be working. That it's been over a week now exactly, and I have not found any fleas on Prince or Trouble or Fluffy, and I haven't noticed them scratching. And Prince is looking so much better. Before, he had red spots on him where he was chewing and licking and just making a mess out of his fur. So that's no longer a problem on him. The other one I put on Dexter, he's in a crate by himself at night, so there was no transfer of any of the flea collar to any of the other animals. So I still got, at that point I had 6 of them that did not have flea protection in the garage. So we did that on Sunday, and then we went and got groceries. Monday morning, I finally got around to getting that urine sample of shoes. She'd been off medicine since Friday, and they weren't open Saturday and Sunday anyway. So Monday I got a sample and took it into them to see if she was healed from her urinary infection. She was not, but I didn't get this word until Tuesday. So Monday I harvested out of the garden, processed green beans, peppers, both hot and sweet, and tomatoes. Made the mistake of not wearing gloves when I was doing the hot peppers, so I had some hot hands for a while. So stay tuned in a video on Country Girl on how to get the burn out of your hands after making the mistake of not using gloves with hot peppers. I did manage to find a solution. On Tuesday, we were waiting for the vet to call back to find out what the sample was, when I went out to check the cats and found a roundworm in the litter. Well, actually, it wasn't in the litter box. It was in the crate where they had gotten sick. So we went to the vet's to get worming medicine for all 10 cats. And while I was there, I asked about the shoes, and they had just gotten the test results back. So she's on medicine for the next 21 days. It's a different type of medicine. This is the 3rd type that she's been on for this infection that she's had ongoing for years. It just can't seem to get it completely gone. So we were discussing the fact that she may have to be on medicine on and off for the rest of her life, which I'm not surprised. I've got a couple of cats that are like that. I have the medicine on hand, and I give it to them the beginning or sometime during the month. I give them for 5 days straight at least. Dexter's on it right now. I've got him on it probably for the full 14 days because he really had bad not reaction, but a bad infection this time. The respiratory infection is what they get. And it took years to get cleared off the other ones, but they seem to be, knock on wood, turning the corner. And now that they're wormed, they're kind of completely different cats. They look so much better. So that has been what I've been doing all week, is warming the cats. And I've only done 2 a day because it's kind of a hassle. You have to weigh them and then give them the medicine, make sure they take it and not spitting it out. And they don't like being put on the scales to weigh, especially Peaches, who's so big. I know he's over 10 pounds, but he put up such a fight that I just warmed him for a 10-pound cat. He ended up hiding in the garage for a while before I could get him to come out after weighing him. So my scales isn't the best. It's a little wobbly, and he was not having any of it. Wednesday, we did go back to Tractor Supply and picked up another collar. These collars are not cheap, so I'm kind of having to space it out how I pick them up. But now I've got 2 in the garage that have collars. They're both in crates by themselves, but they're the worst they had. They had the worst amount of fleas on them, and they're fine now. There's very few fleas on them. You might get occasional, because our yard's got fleas in it yet. He's been cutting the grass really short, and with this hot sun and stuff, it's helped immensely with that. So we're on the right track as far as getting the cats taken care of. It's just that, like I said, these collars are expensive, but when you really look at it, you look at the amount of money I was spending on Frontline, which I wasn't sure of how, I didn't like it. For one thing, you had to remember to give it to them once a month, and for 8 months, it costs more to use Frontline than it is to buy one of these collars. So the collar's the cheapest way, and I'm not going with the cheap ones. I did research to make sure that the one I got was safe for the animals, because there's a lot of cheap ones out there. But if you do research, you'll find that they're not really good. They can hurt the cat. They can hurt the animal. So we're on the right track. I just got to get a few more of them. And then we went to the gym twice this week. We didn't go Friday. We had other things going on. Thursday, I cleaned out this little filter, this new filter in the pump. I cleaned those out. And by that afternoon, the water had cleared up so nicely that I found out that I had 3 other fish in the pond. These are dark fish, not the goldfish, but they're the dark ones. And I remember getting one dark one a long time ago, and I thought he was gone. It's hard to see the dark ones with the dark background. It has to be just the right sunlight to hit them, and the water has to be clear. So I found 3 more fish, so I think that makes a total of 12 or 13 in there now. So we got plenty of fish. And I harvested more of the 42-day tomatoes and froze them. Friday he cut the grass up the road and cut the grass at the apartment. And while he was doing that, I weeded the 2 strawberry beds. Do not forget to weed your strawberries. Just because strawberries are over with for the season. Keep the beds weeded and keep the plants watered, and then fertilize them if needed. If you don't do that, you're going to lose them to the weeds. And I tipped the blackberries. It means I took the new growth that's growing. I chopped them off. I took about 18 inches off of them, and then that way they'll encourage them to branch out and be bushier, and therefore it'll give you more blackberries next year. We harvested blackberries, and I made a cobbler for us. And I took those cuttings and I put those in water, and I'm going to see if I can start any cuttings this year. I've tried it before in soil and they never worked out, so I'm going to try it in water this year. So I got that done, and I had to hoe the zucchinis because the squash borer had gotten into them, and I replanted those. And then I took the bush cucumbers, got all the ones that were past overripe, took those out, planted new bush cucumbers in that area, and I took 3 of the overripe ones into the house, and I collected the seeds off of them. And stay tuned for Country Girl for how to collect and save your bush cucumber seeds. And these are heirloom varieties, so I can save the seeds without any problem. So I did that, and then on Saturday I harvested more of the 42-day tomatoes. These little tomatoes, they're a cherry tomato between 1 and 4 ounces size, bright red. Some of them are rounded, some of them are pointed. That's normal for this type of tomato. But they produce really, really well. I'm really pleased with how they're producing. We've been eating off of them, and I've been freezing them for a while now, and my regular brandywines and my mortgage lifters have stayed green and have not turned red yet. So we've gotten early tomatoes, ripe tomatoes, fairly good size. It might take more than 1 or 2 for the sandwich, but it works, and they're very good tasting. So I highly recommend that you try the 42-day tomato, especially if you like cherry or medium-sized tomatoes. And then Saturday afternoon we went to see Longlegs. Now that's a movie about an FBI agent who is assigned to a case that brings a personal part into, also brings her into the occult world. And it's fairly well written. Some things I don't agree with. I was very upset that they made it appear that the devil was all powerful and that he can make you do whatever he wants you to do, which is not true at all. And it kind of made fun of prayers, and I didn't like that. But mainly I did not like the ending. Ending was just plain stupid. So I really wouldn't spend my money to go, and if they have a Longlegs 2, I'm not going to go see it. It's just not worth it. So that has been my week. A little bit of gardening and a whole bunch of animal care, and going to the gym. So I hope you've had a good week. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and dream big. Follow that dream, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless everybody. Bye.